Sure, my name is Farsby. So today I'm going to do a presentation about my final project of CS223. Okay, which is OP. So my project title is Library Management Systems, and it is a Spring Boot application for managing library books, students, and book issuing. And the purpose of the project is going to manage book students and the issuing process in a simple web app. Okay, and here is the feature. We can see the login, logout, add book, book record, add student report, and issuing. Okay, and this is the main flow of my projects, and this is the data entities, or we can call I'm going to store in. We have book, we have user, we have book issue, and we have book request. And here are the tools that I have used. We can see Java version 21, Spring Boot 4.02, Redis, Spring Web, Timeleaf, Spring Data JPA, and PostgresSQL, and also using the Railway for deployment. Right. So now let's go into Postgres. So okay, so this in this Postgres I use two services. One for Postgres going to store the data, and one is for web services. Okay. So now let's go to this website. So first we have to fill the name, like example workup, and then we can see just put any email address, password, and the role of this is as students only. I'm going to sign in. Okay, so after sign in, so it will go into issue book automatically, and we have the name of the students, and we have the selected book. Here's a available book. Okay, example like we want to issue a CSS. Okay, and then we issue it. After it, the issuing, it will going to pop on here. Okay, with this feature on here. And for the student report, so the model code is going to pop out here automatically. This is a student report whenever the student sign in. Okay, here's a book request feature. If someone want to request, they can request in here for the future book of the book that they want to read. Okay, and okay, this is the issue report already. Okay, issue report. Okay, and we add here the book record, that list of the number of book. Okay, that they want to issuing. Okay, and since it is a student role, so they can add book. Only admin role can add book. Okay, example like logout and add as admins. Example like admin one. Okay, and just admin. Okay, use this email and just in passwords, and this is email is going to assign role admin. Okay, so we will see here admin. Okay, it can select book as well as select students, and it's the best feature is the admin is it can go into add the book. Okay, here. Alright. Okay, so now let's go into the webs. Okay, so the data, to see the data, since it have more records and CC, it have more records and the admin here. Okay, you're going to store and user. Okay, the entity. Okay, and the book issue, since more record is going to issue the book, we can see here. Okay, yeah, yes, maybe okay, we can see the book issue here. Maybe start that we can see the after the issue we can see here we can see from do that and the issue that. Okay, here. Okay, and alright, it is finished for the data store. Okay, now let's go in for the deployment. Okay, for the deployment, here is my process of deploying. So first I push the source code to the GitHub first and create a new project in a Railway, and connect to the GitHub repository and add up to so in a Railway, so we have to add a PostgresSQL service and web services, and then a Railway automatically generate database environment variables. Okay, and then we go into the web service, and then here we going to like here we going to add the new variable. Okay, we are going to add like example like database public URL. This is just option like extra variable. This is a PG data, PG database, PG host, PG password, and like we have to add all of this. Okay, we have to add all of this, And this is especially this information is come from Postgres. It is automatically provided. You can see here, just copy paste of it, just copy paste, and then after we add variable, okay, and pass it here, okay, and pass it here, and then we can add, okay, right. So now let's go to next stage. Okay, let's go to the application configurations. You can see we're going to add all of this, okay, and here we have all of this, and the configure, we can see here the port, the data URL, usernames, and your password, and then we can all of it. Okay, okay, we can see here this is the configuration that I have, and then I'm going to add on the build Gradle, which is going for dependencies, going to runtime only for the PostgresSQL, and then I'm going to add proxy file of this, okay, for the deployment, and also I also run locally to make sure that it is runs successfully. Okay, and here's first of all for verify deployment. Okay, so now let's go for my GitHub for see the change on my GitHub. Okay, so now let's go into see the change of my GitHub here. Let's here. All right. So let's see for the commit chain. There are 77 commit chain. Okay, I'm going to explain it because there's a lot of change, because especially for the deployment, because it I'm very stuck at deployment. Okay, so here's my test, is my initial commit, is my test commits, and I just upgrade the build Gradle and add properties. I just rename the package. I just set up entity and repository, and update the book, and add proc file for deployments, and add app properties, some properties. Go here, add butcher, and add login HTML. Okay, and remove JavaScript because I don't need it. Okay, and then here I just add student more, edit more of the HTML file to make it more good and good looking feature, and more feature here, and more feature here, and also edit the proc file to make it the deployment. You can see here this is very hard for deployment, because I spend a lot of times to deploy, because I try to edit it and adjust it to make it deploy successfully. And here's just my just readjustment some part, because my deployment is error and unsuccessful, so that's why I have to get push and push again and to make it more successful, especially. And I use AI for my assistant. Okay, and I just add, and lastly I just add the readme here. Okay, and that's all for my video, and thank you for watching. Bye.